Welcome to today's Ukraine war update for April 5, 2026. Ukraine's unmanned systems forces struck the Lukoil-Nizhegorodnefteorgsintez oil refinery in Kstovo, Nizhny Novgorod Oblast, approximately 800 kilometers from the front line. 2 processing units caught fire. The plant supplies nearly 30% of Moscow's gasoline and directly fuels Russian forces in Ukraine. A simultaneous strike hit an oil terminal at Primorsk port on the Baltic coast, over 1,300 kilometers from the front. UV Forces Commander Robert Magyar Brabi confirmed both operations. Ukraine is openly defying calls from Washington and Tel Aviv to halt oil infrastructure strikes amid rising global fuel prices. Lukoil-Nizhegorodnefteorgsintez is one of Russia's 5 largest refineries. Friday's strike triggered its first shutdown of 2026, caused power outages across 2 towns in Nizhny Novgorod Oblast, and also damaged a nearby thermal power plant. A thermal power plant was also struck in the operation. UV losses hit 2,427 for the second consecutive high day, a 2-day total of over 4,800 drones destroyed. Combined with 61 artillery systems and 206 vehicles, Moscow's material drain continues at sustained pace. Russia launched 93 Shahed-type kamikaze drones overnight. Ukraine downed 76. The Sumy region bore the heaviest toll, 36 injured across the oblast, including 19 children aged 2 to 15. A fire broke out on the upper floors of a high-rise in the Zelensky district after a drone strike. In Kharkiv, 3 were injured. A drone struck a warehouse building in Kiev with no casualties. Across all Russian attacks over the past day, 9 Ukrainians were killed and 95 injured. The 82% intercept rate reflects sustained pressure on air defense crews, who have operated around the clock for over 3 years. Sumy, already one of Ukraine's most shelled border oblasts, faces cross-border fire daily alongside these drone barrages. 108 combat engagements were recorded, down from 157 the previous day. Pokrovsk remained the most contested sector. The Zaporizhzhia direction saw elevated activity alongside Pokrovsk. Border guards in the Zaporizhzhia sector destroyed 3 multiple-launch rocket systems and a rare Zu-Park counter-battery radar system in a single engagement. President Zelensky described the frontline situation as the best in 10 months, crediting the successful defeat of Russia's March offensive push. President Zelensky made Ukraine's first-ever presidential visit to Syria on Saturday, arriving in Damascus to meet Syrian leader Ahmad al-Sharaa. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan joined the talks in a trilateral format. Discussions covered food security, Ukraine positioning as a grain supplier for Syria's reconstruction, defense cooperation sharing expertise on countering Shahed drones, and energy infrastructure. Kiev is actively expanding its diplomatic footprint across the Middle East. U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, joined by NATO's Secretary General Mark Rutte, held what officials described as a positive round of talks on the Ukraine peace framework. Teams from both sides are now working on a draft U.S.-Ukraine security guarantees document. A formal proposal is expected before May. Hungary deployed troops to protect a gas pipeline running through Serbia after alleged sabotage damage, publicly blaming Ukraine. Kiev categorically denied any involvement. The incident risks further straining Hungary's already tense relationship with EU partners over its stance on the war and energy policy. That wraps up today's update. If you found this useful, press the like button and subscribe in order to support this channel. Stay informed, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.